Waiting for the ISI bus. It just left.
They knew my plane was late. They should have... How'd you know where I was going?
Oh, I'm an alumnus of that school. I can always spot the greenhorns. Come on. The missus and I go right by the place. Let's go, Mama. We're dropping this young fella out to the intelligence school.
That bus leave early again?
Kind of restores your faith in the young folks, doesn't it, Mama? Him wanting to be of service to the free world and all.
There's the bus.
Keen observation, young fella. You'd probably have made a first-rate agent.
What's going on?
Look at it this way, son. You could have gone through the whole course and then been killed on your first assignment.
This is sort of a shortcut. The end's the same, but you don't have to take the course.
Ladies and gentlemen of the class of '87, form 2 lines, please. Ha! Move it! Get off that bus! Come on and move! Move it! Get moving! My first name is Marcus. As far as you're concerned, it's Mr. Cooley. Until and unless you graduate. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
We try that again. Did you understand?
Yes, Mr. Cooley, sir!
I'm gonna skip the speech. You're gonna spend the next 3 months hating my guts. Later on, some of you may realize that I saved your butts and maybe your lives. Did I say something amusing?
No.
No, Mr. Cooley, sir.
But you took a while not making that speech.
Your mouth runs good, boy. How about your feet?
I run like a deer. Mr. Cooley, sir.
Well, you better get started, Bambi. That's an order, son. Run! Bed numbers are posted in the day room. Evening chows from 6 to 6:20. Fatigues will be issued after chow. Reveille is at 05:30. Questions?
No, Mr. Cooley, sir!
Dismissed!
Uh-oh. Look, Ernie signed on the wrong line. You're gonna have to redline him.
Oh, can't do that, Ma. Ernie lives from paycheck to paycheck.
Well, yeah, but Mr. Greenspot's never gonna okay that.
He won't have to. You know what, that egg, you eat too many is bad for you.
What are you doing?
Saving Ernie's paycheck.
With an egg?
Well, this always worked on the East German visas.
Wow. Oh.
So tell me, Mona, what came first, the check or the egg?
Oh.
Now, a little white out on the ghost signature.
What are you doing?
Well, you said you wanted the payrolls done, so I brought in some lunch from the cafeteria.
Well, eat your egg and get on with it.
Oh, I don't want to know.
Eyes bigger than your stomach, eh? You're supposed to eat all you take. Fortunately, I'm still hungry.
Mr. Greenspan,
What?
that's VH's egg?
Oh, that's okay, Mona. Possession matters little when my commander's hungry. Go ahead, Melville. Eat it.
Thank you.
It's okay. Just bring me an egg tomorrow.
You're not going to be here tomorrow. Major Clack has a very special assignment for you.
No, Major, this isn't fair. Assignment to a refresher course is not a punishment detail, Adderly.
What is it then?
It's simply designed to reinforce your skills.
And restore your respect for the chain of command.
I have got as much respect for the chain of command as the next guy.
Only if you're standing next to Fletcher Christian, Adderly. Regulations call for periodic refresher courses. And your time has come.
To learn what? If you're following somebody, don't let them see you. If your steering wheel ticks, don't turn on the ignition.
They've almost finished their course, Adderly. It won't be elementary. You might even learn something.
But there really is no such thing as unarmed combat. A boot can be used like a hammer. A wristwatch can rip a man's face off. An elbow on the bridge of the nose can produce instant unconsciousness. What we're practicing is armed combat with improvised weapons. And since Adderly is going to be with us only this week, he can go first.
Thanks.
He's worked in the field as an agent. He ought to go against our best. Cadet Harwood.
Watch out, Harwood.
Take Adderly, take.
All right! Come on, Howard, get up. Show them what the class of '87 is made of.
You better watch out, Harwood. Take Adderly.
You okay, Harwood?
Fine.
Your shoelace.
Card start. 2 draw, 2 card match.
Harwood. First name Joseph. ISI must have his application for the school. And anything else they've got.
Yeah, okay, but if he's just a student.
Uh-huh. Well,
They must have his home address, and I'm not so sure he's just a student. He showed me a move today that I didn't learn till I'd been in the field for years.
Maybe he's like another agent taking a refresher course.
Oh, he's in it for the full ride.
Listen, maybe he's like some high ISI official, right? You know, he's just kind of watching you because he thinks like maybe you're, ready.
Too young, Mona.
Okay, has the Institute checked him out?
Probably, and that's a good place to start. I'll see you later.
It's a good place for me to start, all right.
No. Just wait. Okay, what we got?
4 aces, is that good?
off floor, thank you.
I guess this is It's ridiculous. I feel
Okay, show your cards. Show your cards. I got that.
He tricked you with that cut shoelace, Adderly, but it doesn't make him a master spy.
He didn't learn this trick in a schoolyard.
Proves he's clever.
Okay. Then why did he tune into my phone call?
He wanted to eavesdrop on a real live agent. Probably figured he'd get extra points for initiative. Everyone in the class is busting his gut to be #1.
And why is that? I mean, I know that #1 looks good on the old service record, but these people are ready to kill for grade points.
#1 gets to choose his first posting. And there's an opening down in cryptography B level. Big paychecks, heavy perks, and whoever gets it'll be the chief when the chief is gone. Go to bed, Adderly. I don't want you blowing the exam tomorrow. I remind you of your oath not to give or accept help during the test, and to report those who do. I'll read each question once. Write your answers quickly, because I'll be going on. 1. How many aspects did Bertillon use to differentiate among human types? 2. True or false? In parts of this continent, the words Mary, marry, and Mary are pronounced the same. 3. Does muscle tonus increase or decrease with age? All right. Let me have the line over there. Final standings. Harwood first. Adderly, Corwin tied for second. Change.
Leave to speak, sir.
If you must.
It wasn't fair to Mr. Adderly, sir. It should have been a tie. Some of those questions could only be answered if you'd been here for the first 8 weeks.
Well, that's okay. I'll be Mr. Congeniality.
Silence in the ranks. You saying he's been here before?
No, I'm saying he's been through someplace better than here before. I fool.
Jay, give me a game.
I'll take you on, Cooley.
It's Laney's Affairs.
Hi, Mona, it's me.
Oh, hi. Listen, I was supposed to call you. Mr. Greenspan says he wants you to get back the second your course is over because the paperwork is piling up.
Well, get him to do so.
He can't, VH. He's an administrator.
Which means he can't do it right.
What about Harwood?
Okay, now, VH, that stuff is within the security net, right? But I am taking care of Ella Lou's parakeet when she goes away next week.
I didn't know parakeets got vacation.
Oh, golly, stop. Now, listen, Plans and Training has pulled his file, you know, while they make up the class roster. But Ella Lou says she might be able to get it for me next week. But then, of course, you're going to be back by then, so...
I might want to stay a few extra days.
VH, you can't. Now, listen, Mr. Greenspan is...
I can get a second opinion. There's always Clack.
Adderly, Mr. Greenspan says he'll suspend you, and you can't talk to Major Clark if you're suspended.
I'll jump off that bridge when I reach it.
Okay, bye.
You want to know anything about me, you ask me, not your friend Mona, okay?
What makes you think that I want to... No.
Didn't have these when you were in school?
No. But I use them a lot in the field. Transistorized parabolic mic with earplug. It's better than a wine glass.
You noticed.
I'll see you, Adderly. Yeah. Oh. Sorry. I was rooting for you.
Second. I can't believe I came in second. I have to be first in this class, Adderly.
You're not the only one. But why?
I passed up a commission in Airborne to take a shot at that cryptography opening.
I guess it's between you and Harwood now. You're coming out of Airborne, you got a shot.
Why is that?
The next exercise is a jump into enemy territory, followed by a trip out through simulated minefields. An accurate jump just might give you quite an edge. Good luck, Gwen.
Thanks.
It's a good thing you're leaving, Adderly. Hiding those mines and mapping them is a really two-man job. And you couldn't help if you're gonna compete.
My pleasure. Here's your map. You could do something for me in return. Give some more thought to Harwood.
You on that riff again?
No, nothing formal, just, humor a crazy man and keep an eye on him for me. Maybe a quick peek through his gear.
Thanks for the help, Adderly.
You really mystify me, Adderly.
I certainly hope so.
Major Clack led me to believe you made the strongest protest against being assigned to a refresher course. Kicking and screaming, I believe was the phrase he used. Now you want your tour of duty there extended?
I told you, Melville, there's this cadet.
Yes, you told me. Beat you in a fight. Clear evidence of an international conspiracy requiring more investigation, which only you could possibly be qualified.
There's more, Melville.
I've already forwarded your request to the Major. He has considered it, and he has denied it. Any attempt to discuss the matter further will be treated as insubordination. What do you want?
Hi, it's Major Clack, sir, on the phone.
Major, it's just as you predicted. I've explained to him that his request has been denied and that any person will... Do you think that's wise, sir? No, I'm not questioning your judgment, sir. No, it's just that wait. Yes, sir? Right away. What are you doing? Major Clark wants to see you in his office right away.
I believe this is what you're after, Adderly. One more week at the Institute. Well, you might at least say thanks.
Major, this sends me back as an instructor. I want to join the class so I can observe.
That's what I want you to do.
They already have an instructor.
If they had, you wouldn't be going back.
Sergeant Cooley.
The sergeant's parachute did not open during this morning's exercise. He was killed.
I guess he took my advice and started checking Harwood.
Cadet Harwood had already jumped. He was in midair when Sergeant Cooley...
He could have tampered with his chute before.
A possible theory, Adderly. Now, here's a fact. Cadet Gwen Corwin packed Cooley's chute. She's up for court-martial.
She doesn't have a motive.
Perhaps it was carelessness.
I'll need some help.
I can detail another agent.
That's not what I had in mind.
Mona?
She could use a week's training in operational matters.
So she could, Adderly. So she could.
I'm sorry to take over the class under these circumstances, but Sergeant Cooley taught you well. You all might make it. This is Mona Ellerby. She's here as sort of a auditor. I see by the class standings that Cadet Harwood leads the race for top student, followed by Cadet Corwin. Where's Cadet Corwin?
Oh, she's confined to quarters, sir. Orders of the commanding officer.
I happen to be responsible for military justice.
Military what?
We're talking about a woman who packed a chute that didn't open and caused a death. A court-martial will decide whether her act was deliberate or merely negligent.
Are those the only choices?
Can you think of another one?
How about she didn't do it?
Unfortunately, she signed her work.
In airborne outfits, if you pack someone's chute, you put your name on a slip of paper in that chute.
This was found in Sergeant Cooley's chute. Under the circumstances, she cannot be left at large. She must be placed in custody.
I agree.
You do?
Yeah. And as her immediate superior, I think I have the right to request she be released in my custody.
That will make you responsible for her. If she doesn't show up for trial...
Oh, she will. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless the same person that killed Cooley kills her.
I don't know what to do. They tell me I should plead guilty to negligence or stand trial for murder.
Are you guilty of anything?
No.
Then plead not guilty. They can't prove what didn't happen.
Oh.
But how did you get to pack Cooley's chute?
Everybody knows I came out of Airborne. I said I'd do Joe Harwood's. I guess word got around.
But Sergeant Cooley has jumped with other classes, so why this one time would he have somebody else?
I asked him that. He said he was involved in something besides teaching, something that was taking up his time. So I gave him the one I packed for myself and packed another one.
How long before the jump?
About an hour. He had it with him when he gave the pre-jump lecture. It was in plain sight on the bus on the way to the jump site. They couldn't have been tampered with, and it was packed right. Why doesn't anyone believe me?
I believe you.
Well, how?
I don't know. But I'll figure it out. Meantime, you're no longer restricted to quarters.
Thanks. It's the best news I've heard since it happened.
The bad news is that it's just about time for the minefield run. I'll see you in briefing.
She could have mispacked that chute, Adderly.
Not likely, Mona. That thing gets to be like a habit after a while. Did you get Harwood's address and phone number yet?
Yeah, I got the emergency number they call in case of an accident.
Try that.
Ha-ha! You know what? Ella Lou woke me up with it this morning.
Well, give it a call. Say you're looking for Joseph Harwood. I want to know who answers and what they say.
Okay, is that all?
For now. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, simmer down and listen up. Here's the drill. The path is marked clearly with tape and is guaranteed to be mine-free. The area outside the path contains the mines. It's possible to move between the mines if you can determine exactly where they are. So you start here, and the finish line is here. The object is to get from here to here as quickly as possible without setting off a mine. Boom. Obviously. Now, you've all been issued mini mine detectors, which can be attached easily to your arm. Point them in this direction. And hold them here. Don't move them until I say. This is what we're using for a mine. You set one off, you add 30 seconds to your time. Point the detectors in this direction. Okay, that's enough. You see how simple it is? If you use your detectors properly and quickly, you're able to make a lot of shortcuts and save a lot of time, but do so at your own risk. Okay? Let's go.
Hello.
Hello, is this the Harwood farm?
Well, if it ain't, I plowed the wrong field all last summer. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to reach Joseph Harwood.
No, Joseph ain't here, Miss A. He left a couple of months ago. Essential government work.
Oh, well, do you know where I can reach him? Or how I could reach him? It's really important.
How important?
Really, really important. Oh, you see, what's happened is, well, Joe and I, we thought we were... This is really embarrassing. I just wanted to tell... We see, I'm not, okay? And I just wanted to tell him so that, he wouldn't, worry and...
Oh, that's important, all right. He's right in town. 555-1000. You give him my regards. And his mom, here.
Thank you very much.
Okay, whoa. Path gets pretty narrow, so we'll start from here. I'll signal from the field so I can handle the timing. Before we go, I want you to empty your pockets of anything that might set off the sensors. Pens, coins, foil from a gum wrapper.
Mr. Adderly,
Yeah.
someone put this in my pocket? Is it what I think it is?
Is it, Mr. Adderly? Is it a map of the course, including the mines?
Yeah, it is.
Well, then I insist that Cadet Corwin be barred from the exercise.
But I swear I never saw it before.
Anybody could have put that map into her pocket, Harwood.
Including her.
Yeah, well, you're both right. The exercise is off.
Why?
Because she might have memorized the locations of the mines, which would give her an unfair advantage.
That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you.
Or it might have been planted on her, in which case it would be unfair to exclude her from an exercise that affects her grades. Besides, you've all seen it now anyway.
We haven't had time to memorize it.
Some of you might be quick studies.
I resent that, Mr. Adderly.
All right, but it is still looking bad for Gwen, huh?
Not really. Harwood doesn't have any evidence.
Yeah, okay, Adderly. She's out there. She finds the map in her own pocket.
That doesn't
She's-
prove that she put it in her pocket. Except the map was in my handwriting.
Yeah.
But the map that I drew for Cooley was in black ink, and the one that Gwen found in her pocket was in blue ink.
Well, then how could she, whoever, how could anybody
Sign your name.
Sign
Sign your name. Now, I drew a map on Cooley's pad.
Yeah.
Now, let's say that he tore it off, and it went down with him. Yeah. Yeah. Get it?
Yes, okay, I've got it. But still, it doesn't necessarily prove anything.
Yeah, but why
Because
would a guilty person forge evidence of her own guilt and put it in her pocket, then lift her hand up and say,
Here, look what I found.
What's that?
Is that a rifle shot?
This way.
Sounded like Corwin's room. All right.
Yeah, I was studying and I dropped my notebook and I bent over to pick it up and the shot came through the window right where I would have
Are you okay? Get her some water. Hold on, here's the bullet. What kind is it?
From an M16. I think we'll have trouble finding the rifle it belongs to. How you fixed for rifles?
I'm afraid I'm fresh out. What happened? Someone take a shot at Little Miss Innocent?
Why don't you leave?
I'm going.
Walk carefully. You're dripping.
You all right?
You all right? See you guys tomorrow. Ciao.
Yeah, everybody out. Thanks for coming, though.
Take care.
It's been really slow. Bye.
Mona, in my room in the closet, there's a sleeping bag. Get it, will you, please?
You're staying here?
Somebody tried to kill her. They might try again.
Hmm.
One question, and I think I know the answer. You didn't pack a chute for Cooley, did you?
No, I gave him the one I packed for myself. But I wouldn't have signed that one.
But you did pack a chute for Harwood.
And he could have... I'd be in terrible trouble if it weren't for you. And, it's gonna be very cold on the floor.
It's not our time, Glenn. But when it comes, we'll do it right. Starting with lunch. You two get some sleep.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't join her for breakfast. I mean, after last night, who knows? Her chipped beef on toast could be poisoned.
You can't poison chipped beef on toast, Mona.
No?
The good taste of the poison would show through. She's okay eating with her class, but she can't be left alone. That's why you're
That's why I'm
going
here.
operational.
Me?
Yeah. Did you ever get Harwood's home address?
Well, no, well, all I got was the phone number, but listen, it's within this area code.
Good, then you can get it from the phone company.
Oh, what? They're gonna give me that?
If you ask properly.
How do I...
I only give policy advice, Mona, but when you get the number, go take a look. I gotta give the exam.
Well, what am I looking for?
If I knew that, you wouldn't have to go.
Operator, hey, I'm not threatening you. No, nor am I browbeating you. Listen, I'm just telling you that ISI is an important government agency, and we need to know the location of that phone, and we need to know it now. Okay, fine, forget it, fine. I'll submit a written request, no problem. Listen, I just think I should warn you, though, that request is going to come in triplicate, and you're going to have a receipt and acknowledgement from your office on each single one of those copies, and that's only the beginning, operator. Then there's the Paperwork Reduction Act material. Then there is the Privacy Act report. There are at least 11 copies of that. So why don't you give us both a large break? Thank you so much.
You've only got one hurdle left, the final exam. Good luck.
Is this 27 Post Road?
Says so in the mailbox, don't it? And this is Post Road, which means the mail is supposed to go through here. So would you mind...
Do the Harwoods live here?
Does it look like anybody lives there?
Well, is this the Harwood farm?
Lady, we got a King Street and a Queen Street, and we ain't got a king or a queen in this town, and we ain't got a Harwood at this farm. Sorry.
Visitor, Mama.
Kettle's already on, Dad.
As your friend Mr. Adderly would say, bingo.
Oh. How do you take your tea, dear? One lump or two?
In other words, you've all passed the final exam. Class standings will be announced tonight, though the standings are tentative pending a possible court-martial. From now on, you won't be given a question and expected to come up with an answer. You'll be faced with a situation and asked to ascertain what the problem is before you can possibly solve it. Good luck. Congratulations. At the final exams, Colonel, everyone passed. And here's the final class standings.
Now, hang on to that. You're supposed to announce them at the graduation tonight. What's she doing here?
She's with me. I think she still might be in danger.
That's the first time I've heard that one. You're supposed to sign these. 3 to each graduate. Yo! It's for you, Mr. Adderly.
Take a message, will you, Gwen? I'm on a roll.
Mr. Adderley's busy at the moment. Can I take a message? You should hear this for yourself. He's free now. Can you repeat that, please?
We've got Mona Ellerby. Don't you think your work at the school is finished?
Go on.
If you leave now and go back to your job at Miscellaneous Affairs, she'll be your secretary again. If not, she's dead.
What about those forms?
Could you leave us alone for a minute, please?
Remember, no one graduates without a signed certificate. No one can sign them except the instructor. Unless the instructor's dead.
At least you're giving me a choice.
They'll kill her if you don't do what they said.
They'll kill her if I do. She's seen them. They can't let her go.
Do you know where she went?
She went to check out Harwood's folks' place. She had the phone number. She must have got the address from the phone company.
But she would have taken the number and the address with her, wouldn't she?
Yeah. But she might have left me a copy. Bingo.
Well, 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 well. If it isn't Mr. Adderley's other lady friend. Come in, my dear, come in. If you just be kind enough to close that door behind you.
You didn't think I'd come here alone, did you?
Don't try that old line on me, dearie. I'm not as young as I look.
You're not as smart as you look either. Hold it right here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that takes care of the competition.
Not quite. Downstairs.
All of a sudden, everything makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah. You folks weren't taking any chances. You had the 2 best horses in the race. One of them had to win.
No more talk. Let's get started.
You can always learn by listening to an expert, Pa.
You had to be double certain when your people got inside ISI cryptography. Meaning your side would know all the codes and have access to all the messages.
Exactly. And when you began to get suspicious of Harwood...
We had our pro-intel section do a complete workup on your personality. They found out your weakness.
I didn't know I had one.
Oh, yeah. Although Adderley's one flaw, his tendency to help people in distress, even at the risk of damaging his mission, has already cost him the use of his hand. It is believed that he is constitutionally unable to abandon friends, even when abandonment is indicated in his own interest.
Is that right? Or what?
Must be, if it's in your pro-intel computer.
Let's get this over with. Oh, not yet, Dad. Not yet. We can't take him out in broad daylight.
That's not fair.
It's not my fault. It's Mr. Adderley's. He knew the rules. No graduation without signed certificates and class standings.
That's just great. Can't hold it. Don't you get it? This is what he was talking about.
Who was?
Adderly, at that last meeting. He said, from here on in, we had to figure out what the problem is and then solve it.
He was talking about after we graduate.
He was talking about now, and I can see what the problem is. It's where is Mr. Adderly?
You mean it's sort of like a final field test?
He's right. We're supposed to prove we can operate as a team.
Come on, you guys are crazy. He took Corwin with him. Fit that into your little theory.
Well, maybe this is one of those times we really don't understand the problem until you've already solved it. He's right. What do we got to lose?
Well, you can count me out.
Fine. Whenever we graduate, you're going to be number one, right?
That's right.
Okay, did anybody see Adderly leave?
Yeah, he came out of the residence hall with Corwin.
We got a message to find. I'll check his room, you check Corwin's room, you check his assistant's room. What's her name? Mona...
Ellerby.
The rest of you wait here.
How much longer? Soon, Dad, soon. You always get so impatient. We'll wait until dark. And then we'll walk them to the woods, shoot them, and slip their bodies into the pond under the ice. They won't come up till spring.
Until then, everybody will think I was so ashamed of what happened. I ran away. And you went with me.
You just gotta learn. Things do have a way of working out. If you trust in Providence. Ain't that right, Dad?
Go get him, boys! Good exercise, good training. Especially for the younger ones. Well done, gentlemen. You've captured 3 very important spies.
Sure we have. Hey, you don't have to hit us with a stick to make us understand.
Understand what?
We identified the problem and solved it.
We found your message.
Now I'm beginning to understand. But these 3 are real spies. And when we get back to school, we'll capture the 4th. What's this?
This one said he didn't want to participate in the exercise. We caught him lurking around outside. We figured he was playing the part of a double agent.
Played it quite convincingly, too. You'll be the first graduates to start active service with a letter of commendation in your folder. Good work. Good work. Good work. I guess lunch is out of the question. Get her out of here. What is it?
It's the daily special.
Oh, looks like low tide at the city beach.
Yeah, I know. Now, did you or did you not leave a message for those students to follow you to the farm?
Oh, they completely misunderstood and ended up smelling like roses. But if you work in the government, you can make a mistake every 10 minutes as long as you stay lucky and nobody wants your job. Ah, Melville, we were just talking about you.
Adderly, are you going to accept that offer of a permanent job as instructor at the ISI school?
I never heard about that.
There's a considerable promotion involved.
Yeah. They offered it to you, too, Mon, as my assistant. You interested?
Assistant instructor? Wow. Well, I couldn't. Could I? I mean, no. Gee.
I'm going to pass on it, too. You know what they say.
What do they say?
Those that can do, those that can't teach. I don't know about that, but the last part of that saying is those that can't do or teach, administer.
Well, in that case, about this payroll.
We went through that this morning with our usual fine-tooth comb and found only one slight irregularity.
I know. I signed on the wrong line. Isn't there some way that, well, can't you make some sort of correction?
Melville, that would be cheating.